Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and no, I'm not trying to sound like Ned from South Park. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm trying to pull off a Batman impression, it's not even close to it. For the last couple days, I've been kind of laying in bed, dying, if you will. Just that's pretty much been my life. And usually it's after I play a round of Shenmue. Yeah, I was playing that game with the dun 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 dun. And one day I swear to God, if I die and that's the last game that I play, I'm gonna be so sad. But ladies and gentlemen, as I was laying in bed for the last few days, I realized I made a critical error in my. I made a horrible lapse in judgment, as a YouTube messiah once said, and that's I didn't get the fucking flu shot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I heard getting shots these days is pretty political on the internet, but the flu shot's been around for years, and I decided I made the mistake of just not getting it. And what happens after a nearly 7 year streak of not getting what is one of the most damaging viruses to my body? I miss it once, and lo and behold, I'm sitting over here worse than I am before. Now, back when I was when I was a younger gentleman, in high school, back in the yesteryears, the older days, the before times, I once encountered the flu when we first moved to the United States of America, no less. And the flu absolutely dropped me on my ass. I hate shows like Berenstain Bears or Caillou and all these kid shows that always like paint the flu like it's the common cold. How it's like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't like, Brother Bear's laying in bed dying and shit. And Mama Bear comes in. Oh, Brother Bear, you got the flu. Here, put this thermometer in your mouth and just lay down. Now, don't get me wrong. Rest is always some of the best medication that you can get. But every time they downplayed this shit, it always pissed me off. Like, you can't tell me this stuff doesn't suck. Common colds, I can 100% take and understand. I can take that. But getting the flu, at least for me, when I first got it, was basically being rammed in the ass repeatedly by whatever tiny virus got into my body. Now, the thing with the flu is, as far as I understand, this shit is here to stay, okay? It's here to stay as much as herpes is. And, regardless of what you do in life, all right, it's always going to be coming around you, which is why I usually get a shot every year. But this time was dramatically worse. Now, around 3 days ago, I was laying in bed and I woke up and this fan was blowing in my face. And you know what the thing about a fan blowing in your face, especially when you're an idiot like me and you sleep with your mouth open, like is when the air blows in, it completely dries up the inside of your throat. So now you wake up with a completely dried, no mucus in your body whatsoever, at least in this section. And your uvula, the thing that like supermodels keep poking into, to throw up and shit. Not that you should ever do it. Eating disorders are bad. Seek help for it. It sticks to the roof of your fucking mouth. Okay, so not only does that suck, and I thought that was about the the point of the day. Okay, whatever, cool. But then it started kicking in. My entire head felt like I had needles stuck into it, and bugs were eating my entire body. And at this point, I couldn't get out of bed. Like when you're so fatigued that you can't literally get out of bed? Like when getting out of bed and walking a few steps seems like a monumental chore? That's when you know you've got no energy left. And at that moment, I realized I had the goddamn flu. Now, of course, this entire thing lasted, I think, like 2, 3 days. I'm still basically going through it right now. And, I'm at this point where I'm kind of regretting the fact that for the one fucking flu season I missed out on the shot. I ended up getting it over here. And the older I get, the more scared I get with the influenza virus. Because whenever you look into it, the thing that always scares me is like when you look up the deaths for influenza, 20,000 people apparently died in 2020 from this shit. 2018, 52,000 people went and fucking croaked. And I always wonder, holy shit, am I going to be the statistic? Am I going to die to something as lame as influenza? But ladies and gentlemen, I managed to make it through the mend. I think I'm feeling better, to be honest with you. The fever has finally stopped, if you will. The bugs eating me, causing body pains around my body, the inflammation has pretty much all stopped. But the one thing that has remained, I think, is the weird, like, smoker's voice that's left into me. I guess at the end of the day, all right, you play enough Metal Gear, you sound like David Hayter. I guess is sort of the final story arc in this entire situation. But yeah, I wanted to make an update video on why I probably may not be here for the next couple of videos. I'm working on an Andrew Tate thing because If it's one thing that's kept me going the last week is just Andrew Tate, like his TikTok videos. It's an entire rabbit hole that I've jumped into, but I might actually be out of it for I would say like a week. I'm probably gonna return back to like daily stuff, but this voice might stay for a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, if my Batman impersonation kind of drives you away, I really do apologize for that. But generally, the point of this video was to drive a really big PSA home. If you don't want to end up like dumbass old me in bed all day because you decided that you were going to miss out on your flu shot, maybe it is time you end up possibly thinking of getting the fucking flu shot. If they have to stick a fucking needle in your dick hole to give you the flu shot, I will take it. I will take it suppository. I will gangbang the thing into my body if I have to. Fuck influenza. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go back to working on the Andrew Tate video and some dark YouTube rabbit holes. I've also got a creepy hotel in Houston that we're going to be looking at. This is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I'll try not to die.